Truth and nothing but the truth.
That's a gift. You can't. Bad, man. Bad.
The fifth chapter. The fifth chapter of 2 Kings, we will start at verse 1. We find these holy words. It says in 2 Kings chapter 5 verse 1, Now Naaman, captain of the host of King of Syria, was a great man with his master and all, because by him the Lord had given deliverance unto Syria. He was also a mighty man in valor, but he was a leper. And the Syrians had gone out by companies and had brought away captive out of the land of Israel a little maid, and she waited on Naaman's wife. And she said unto her mistress, Would God my Lord were with the prophet that is in Samaria, for he would recover of leprosy. For those of you that don't know, leprosy is a skin disease. Well, he was not like everybody else. And one went in and told his Lord, saying, Thus and thus said the man that is in the land of Israel. And the king of Syria said, Go, and I will send a letter unto the king of Israel. And he departed and took with him 10 talents of silver and 6,000 pieces of gold and 10 changes. The king of Syria heard about the great God of Israel. And sent a letter to the king of Israel and told him that I'm going to send this man. And we like to get those letters when they tell us that somebody's coming with a lot of money. Verse 6. And he brought the letter to the king of Israel, saying, Now when this letter is come unto thee, behold, I have therewith sent Naaman my servant to thee, that thou mayest recover him of his leprosy. King, I'm sending Naaman for you to heal him of leprosy. Verse 7. And it came to pass, when the king of Israel had read the letter, that he rent his clothes. That means he tore him and said, Am I God to kill and to make alive? Let this man doth send unto me to recover man of his leprosy? Wherefore consider, I pray you, and see how he seeketh a quarrel against me. Hold on right there. The king said, Oh, wait a minute. This man has sent me a letter. Somebody sending this man with all this money for me to hit him of leprosy. I didn't tell him I was a prophet. I told him I was a king. But what am I going to do? You trying to start a fight with me, because when you get here with all this money, I can't cure your leprosy.
Good evening, members of the rest of the world. Welcome to another edition of The Truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help me God. I'm Andre Gary.
Hey, Twan, break down.
For the next hour, let's forget about the black man. Let's forget about the white man. And let's deal with the human from a Bible perspective, if you will. Feel free to call in at 901-452-3094 or 901-324-7490. For any comments, suggestions, agreements, or even disagreements we may have. We can agree to disagree
without being disagreeable.
Okay, it's Truth Radio Show, brought to you by the Truth Radio Network. We deal with everything from sex, race, religion, politics, and even sometimes sports from a Bible perspective. Amen. Amen. Let God have a final authority. Happy day after 4th of July. I enjoyed it, didn't you, Q?
Yes, sir. I had a wonderful time.
Man, had a ball, man. We barbecued at the church, and Ray and his wife came by, and we sat down, and you know, we didn't have no cussing, and we didn't have no gunshots going on, and we didn't have no vulgar music playing, and we had an absolute ball.
And Mother Jones was there, too, man.
Mother Jones showed up. Mother Jones was there. Jose was there.
Yes.
Lewis was there.
Mother Taylor.
Mother Taylor came. Taylor came. My wife, Lisa, she showed up.
My wife did.
The Braden clan was there. It turned out to be real good.
Yes.
And then I went home and I heard a wonderful speech from our President of these United States, Donald Trump, Q.
Okay.
The speech was so good that me and Joseph called other guy on conference call, and other guy even had to admit that the speech that the president gave had nothing to do with politics. It was the celebration of America. And this man who they say is a racist, he brought up that this country was built and contributed with people like George Washington and John Adams and Betsy Ross, and he brought up Frederick Douglass, and he brought up Harriet Tubman, and he brought up Jackie Robinson, and racists giving credit to black people that helped for the formation of this country. I tell you, that's something. He gonna lose his racist card. He gonna lose it. He gonna lose it.
He already lost it.
I think he has doing prison reform and urban renewal and providing jobs for the people that they've gotten out of prison. He done lost his card.
Mm-hmm.
And we did the conference call with other guy, and other guy expressed his shame because one of his children seems like they're breaking out the family. We brought up Sir Neil, and he saddened that Sir Neil on the last show said that he has moved away from the left and has moved to the middle.
To the middle, yes, he did.
He was sad, and he said, I hope he didn't contaminate my other son, R.C. And I told him that there are some children that's just beyond repair, and that might be one of them. That might be one of them. But R.C. ain't no liberal Democrat. No, he's an independent thinking, issue-based voter. Mm-hmm. But the same things are still going on.
Okay.
Kamala.
Mm-hmm.
Not the wrestler, but the politician. Kamala came out and called the president a predator.
What?
Yeah, she called him a predator.
Okay.
She shot that little lug at Joe Biden, so it got good to her, and they gave her a little money, so she doubling down.
Mm.
Now I wonder, these same people that's applauding her calling the president a predator, I wonder how many of them gonna get mad when the president calls her a whore.
Mm-hmm.
Because, she the one 20-something years old, slept with Willie Brown, who was over 2 decades older than her and married, so that she could get political office. They got a name for that.
Mm-hmm.
And now if Trump, because she threw the first stone, and then Trump shoots back, well, they did the same thing with LeBron. When LeBron called a man a bum, or I think that was the term he usually did, when he shot back at LeBron when being all that smart, all of a sudden, he's racist because he hits back. This double standard that people have.
Come on.
They didn't pick the wrong guy with this guy. He is not one to let you punch him and think that turning the other cheek. That ain't in his repertoire too much, I see.
No. He'll tweak. He'll do something. He's gonna do something.
Mm-hmm. I just left the barber shop, and y'all pray for my friend Robert Sims. Sims is going through a trying time. He's 80-something years old, and he's been bedridden for about 2 or 3 weeks now. Pray for him. And also, if anybody's out there looking for a vehicle, there's a 2003 E320. It looks good. It runs good. This is my old car. I'm selling it for $2,900 or best offer. I need to get rid of that car. I don't need 3 cars and stuff, and it's parked on the street and stuff because I can't get all the cars in the driveway. I got my 2 cars, Lisa 2 cars, and Janaya cars. Just 6 cars. Just too much, Q.
Yes,
So
I think so.
So we asked him $2,900 for it, and best offer. You come to me with the right story. It's negotiable because I want to be a blessing to somebody as well. And I could take it to the pawn shop and pawn it for $2,500 and just leave them the keys. But I'd rather see somebody to enjoy it because I'd put a lot of money into that car. So if you're interested in a 2003 Mercedes E320 that looks good and runs good, give me a call at 901-315-6018. 901-315-6018 for all your exterminating needs. Remember Chris at Godfather Pest Control. You can reach him at 901-581-5534. Sheena Armstrong, insurance lady of the Mid-South. Call her at 901-303-8804. And last but certainly not least, dealing with any kind of health problems, anything, contact Elder Morris at Enhance Your Sales, CELLS, EnhanceYourSales.com. He can show you some stuff about stem cell and all that where you can have your body heal your body. I see the caller in. David must have been waiting on it. Let's rock and roll. Hello, caller. Welcome to the show.
Great peace out there. You have Lord.
Hey, Jesus is Lord.
Yes, he is. Hey, real quick, if you hit on what you said, yesterday, my wife and I, other family members and church members, we were at one of the church members' house. He's also, I guess you can call him conservative.
Okay.
So we were sitting there. Everybody's watching all these reality shows, and the house is dead quiet. Everybody's paying attention to the shows.
Mm-hmm.
But then when the show went off, I asked for the remote, and I sat there for a moment purposely just to see what was going to happen. I sat there, didn't change the channel and didn't adjust the volume or anything. As soon as I changed to Fox News to see what was going on with the president's speech, all of a sudden everybody's got a conversation going on. The music turns up loud. All the kids are out playing. I'm sitting there, so I turned the TV up. My mother-in-law, she looked at me, she started yelling, I can't hear myself think. And I'm sitting there thinking to myself, nobody was talking, nobody was thinking, nobody had anything going on until I changed the channel to see what's going on with the president's speech. And it's amazing how people's hatred for the president has gotten to the point where people will sit around and quote, he's a racist, he's this, he's that, but you never stop to actually listen to the man for yourself.
I take it a little farther than that. You know, I'm the type of person, I don't want to be subjective. Subjective means that you're trying to be right. You're trying to see from your viewpoint. I like to be objective. I want to look at all sides so I can get the truth. So I don't have a problem with watching MSNBC. I don't have a problem with watching CNN, along with Fox, because I want to get all the pictures right. So as the president was doing his speech, and I noticed that he mentioned Harriet Tubman and Frederick Douglass and Jackie Robinson, I said, let me see what are they showing on CNN and MSNBC. You know what MSNBC was running?
What's that?
A rerun of the Democratic debate. I said, man, this is dumbing down on steroids. They would run a rerun of the Democratic, on CNN. They were running we want to know how much is it costing for him to do this dastardly thing that he's disgracing America because he's celebrating
America,
the holiday of the holiday of Independence Day. It's insane, man. When I left the barbershop and I showed them how they did in the homosexual pride parade, when I showed them how they were mocking Jesus with G-strings on and thongs and bending over, holding his butt cheeks open, and how he was humping one of the disciples. And the guy was looking at it, and I said, now you gonna go and vote for these people? He said, Dre, you know what? I gotta admit you got my attention. I said, let me share something with you, man. Even if you hate Trump to the point that you can't vote for him, just write in a candidate, but don't vote for these people that are telling you, man, that they've been to violate God and the church. And at least he did say, I gotta give thought to what you said, man, because it's insane, man, with how they've been brainwashed. Even the black Muslims, now they don't believe in homosexuality or abortion or none of that, but because they throw their blackness in it and their hatred of Trump, then they'll push you to go vote for the Democrats to pass these laws where you can kill a baby out that's born or to further this homosexual agenda. It's insane. Hey,
nothing but the devil!
It's crazy. And there's one of the bishops at the church. He always wants to debate, and he fights on the side of liberalism. And I'm like, man, I'm not a Republican.
Whoa, wait a minute. Rewind. First of all, Isaiah chapter 32, liberalism is evil ideology. But
that's what.
How can he be a bishop at the church and he's supporting these people with a homosexual agenda? How can that be?
Exactly. That's my point. I sent him in a text message. Remember, I texted you one day, the beginning of this week, or the end of last week, because I wanted to make sure. I couldn't remember the verse, the chapter. I remember the verse, but I couldn't remember the chapter, and you sent it to me.
Isaiah chapter 32, 5 through 9.
32, 5 through 8, or 5 through 9.
Okay.
I sent it to him. He is yet to respond to it. So yesterday, I said, well, Bishop, what happened? You never responded. Oh, man, he gave me some kind of baloney. And then he wanted to argue the text that he didn't even read. Oh, it doesn't say liberalism. I said, it says it right there in your words, man. If you read it, you will see it.
He said the liberal devising evil beings.
Right, but because of his blackness and the Democrats, they for the people. And I said, man, you still have not went to read the scripture that I asked you to read that will show you what I'm trying to get you to see. But he's still ready to fight against, Trump this, Trump. I said, man, it is baffling how people can stay so ignorant to truth, but yet act like they know what the truth is.
And some of them doing it in the name of God.
Oh yeah, and then I made a post, and then I'll let you go, Pastor. I made a post on Facebook because if you recall, last 4th of July, the Democrats were up, they was all on Trump's neck about, oh, well, he didn't do anything to celebrate the Independence Day.
Right.
These dinners,
Right.
and he fed all these people, and he did all this stuff. But then, now when he does something, you still find fault in that. And then I had people calling and texting me, oh yeah, you see, he made a mistake in his speech. He was talking about that there was the Army protected the airports during the Revolutionary War. I'm like, who cares, man? The point is he was talking about the greatness of the country. There was nothing political about the speech, which all the liberals were waiting for, but yet you still try to nitpick and find something little fault to discredit that the man is trying to do the job. I'm not a Republican. I'm not just this great Trump supporter, but he's not doing anything against my faith. Therefore, I have no problem with him.
It's not a matter of being a Republican. It's a matter of being a Christian. I got to run, my friend. Be blessed. Hello, caller. Welcome to the show. Hello, caller. Hello. Hello, caller. Hello. All right. 901-452-3094 or 901-324-7490. Q, to those of us that read the Bible, this mentality that people have right now, it's not shocking. The Bible is clear that there's going to come a time, a perverse generation, where people will not listen to sound doctrine, that there's going to be a great falling away from the church, and that Satan is going to be worshipped in the places that we say are for God. Because people don't realize Satanism is a worship as well. As a matter of fact, I got one video here where a guy from the Satanic Church explains Satanism, and I'll make sure I play that after I get this call right here. Hello, caller. Welcome to the show.
You don't have to study what that is, the Satanic Church. That's where you at.
No, I'm not.
Okay,
I don't receive that. I rebuke that.
Hey, Ricky, how many you had today, man? I know you probably on a good one.
I give you a hint. I just woke up about 10 minutes ago.
Oh, Lord. Yeah. Okay.
When you wake up with that kind of attitude, you know, they got a new brand of beer they sell, man. I think it might be good for you. You ever heard of it?
A new what?
A new brand of beer. It's got a kick like you never had before. The name of that brand is called Arsenic.
Oh yeah, I was tempted to buy some of that.
Oh yeah. You ain't got to worry about getting a 24-ounce can. You can get you a small can of that. I guarantee you're gonna get a buzz like you've never had before.
That's right. And plus, that's the only way you'll make sure temporarily you can actually get rid of yourself.
You said what now?
You can actually get rid of yourself temporarily by taking some of that.
No, if you drink enough of that, you're going to get rid of yourself permanently.
Now, everywhere you go, there you are. You notice how the sun is getting real hot all the time. It wasn't like that when I grew up. It's just getting hotter and bigger all the time.
Well, anyway, what is it that you called in for?
Well, I was kind of just wanting to say hi, but, hey, yeah, you laughing at me.
Oh, yeah. You just called to say hey. So you just had to call it in just to say what's going on, huh? How was your fourth, Ricky? Ricky, how was your fourth?
I like his third, drunk. Well, let me shut up.
I'm good at playing it off. I can be drunk and play it off a lot of times. So I can cover it from my mistakes.
Okay.
But I was like that on that weed too.
Shaft just sent you a message. Here it is.
Message from Shaft. It would do Ricky some good to go back to sleep.
Yeah, it do you some good to go back to sleep. Somebody check right behind us and stay that way.
Yes, sir. I only need about $30 to $50 to put me to sleep for at least 2 days.
Oh, here's Mother Jones. She climbed in. Let's see what she said.
Message from D. Dolores Jones' mother. You can't satisfy or please people. If you do good, they complain. And if you evil, they will but complain. You can't please them either way.
That's in the Quran. In the Quran it says, no matter what you do for somebody, a man is never...
Ain't nobody that was in the Quran.
That's what your Bible is.
It's in the Quran in Surah chapter 4. You can beat your wife. Did you do that?
No, but I'll tell you one thing. Maybe if I had beat her, I would still be with her.
Or maybe, or maybe if you had did it, she may have put you out of your mercy.
She might have put me out of my misery.
I mean misery. Yeah, that's right, misery. Oh Lord, I mispronounced something. I guess they're gonna hold that against me. He's a talk show host that mispronounced a word, and you know, and they do like Donald Trump, and that's it. That proves he's a false prophet. That proves he ain't. I'm so sick of this mentality that people are. I mean, it's beyond pathetic. It's sad. It's really sad. It is evil.
You're about the only person I know that's going to need a fake ID at the pretty good.
Here's somebody just texted and said, slow down on the animation.
Okay, gotcha.
You said what, Ricky?
You're about the only preacher I know that's going to need a fake ID at the pretty good.
Well, one thing about it, I thank God you're not God. I don't pray to you or through you, so what you say really doesn't mean about a hill of beans to me.
Hey,
I got to go down there. Go ahead and give me your song, because we got to find out what they doing in the satanic temple.
You know my favorite song is Wake up, wake up, if you love me, if you leave me, don't forget me.
You gonna do the second verse, not Ricky?
All right.
Golly, and then the shaft just said this the end to go
Message
for a
from
long way.
Shaft. Can you get Ricky to give us a song for the weekend?
The week just ended, Shaft. We got another caller queue.
Yeah, hold on. Go ahead.
Hello, caller. Welcome to the show. I can barely hear you.
Pastor Guy.
Okay, I can hear you. Good evening.
Okay, good evening. How are you?
I'm good, sir. How are you?
I'm good. Look at there's one thing that I know.
Oh, it's the other guy.
That's who it is.
The fatherless one.
The fatherless one.
Bill.
All right, my dad's on the other side, so I'll talk to that. Here's what I know. Let me tell you what I know.
What you know?
I'm the kind of guy I don't like talking about things I don't know.
Well, you ain't gonna be talking about much.
There will not be a gate in heaven when I get there. Not listening at you. If somebody drops down here,
when you say there won't be a what in heaven?
there will not be a gate.
A gay?
Homosexual.
It'll be plenty of gay in heaven, because that gay mean happy, but there ain't gonna be no homosexual.
Well, there won't be no homosexual, not according to Pastor John.
No, according to the book of Corinthians, and also according to the book of Romans, and also according to the book of Revelation, not according to the Bible.
Pastor John.
I didn't write that book. I don't know Adam. I ain't never met Moses. I didn't write that book. Matter of fact, not only can you not be in heaven and be homosexual, watch this. The scripture said, not I, you can't be effeminate and get into heaven. That means you can't be a man with a woman ways. You know they flock their hair and flock their hair. And the Bible said the effeminate would not inherit the kingdom of heaven. I didn't write that. The Bible, God did.
And I believe that. Okay?
Tell me, believe why you support it.
Sir, I also believe this. I also believe lots more won't be getting there. Right?
You believe what now?
All you concentrate on is the homosexual. Why is that, sir?
Because the homosexual spirit is the greatest threat to the church today. That's why.
Well, they may believe that. And
why I don't believe it? Okay, you name me any evil spirit, any other sin that is bold enough to get into the pulpits of God's church and said that not only does God say that this is not sin, but God embraces it. You don't see preachers getting up there preaching that God accepts adultery. You don't even hear preachers getting up there saying God accepts fornication or lying or stealing, anything else. But the homosexual spirit not only comes into the church and tell you that God is okay with it, that it's not sin, but wants to operate from a position of leadership in the church. Sounds just like Satan to me.
Let me ask the question. I'd like to answer it if I may.
Sure.
Okay, you say you don't see nobody getting up in that pulpit with what you just said, right? What about those that get up there in that pulpit and you know the book because you're the preacher, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Can a man rob God? And these people getting up there robbing the parishioners all the time. What about them, sir?
I ain't seen a pastor yet in the pulpit, pull a pistol on nobody, and make them get to the church. Where did you see that?
No, they don't.
When God planted that scripture, he was talking about how people rob him of tithes and offering, because what people don't realize, you're not doing God no favor when you pay your tithe. You owe that to God.
So you absolutely right there. That is one time you're right. They don't use the pistol. You know what they use to get that money, remove that money from them people, these days? They use that King James Version. They shake it. You heard the term Bible doctor, have you?
Yes.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, I would more than likely be considered a Bible thumper. Bible thumpers are people that when they proclaim the word of God, they go to the scripture and show you what it says. I would be considered a Bible thumper.
What Bible thumper?
Yeah, I love it.
Are you removing the cash from those from the congregation?
I believe so.
You the one that told us. Now, these are your words. Recognize them when you hear them, okay? You're the one that said you're to rob churches.
Yeah.
I assume you use the gun.
Yes.
Okay, all right. You put that gun down and pick up that King James Version. Then
Yes.
you start stopping it.
Yes.
Okay? All right, now, the money's coming away from those, from the congregation one way or the other. All right? What do you think that God is pleased with?
What do I what?
Which one of those do you think God is pleased with? The one that used the gun or the one that used the King James Version? It's a simple answer, man. Neither.
You're talking
God's not
about.
pleased with neither one.
First of all, let me explain something to you.
First of all, explain.
Let me explain. Okay, Ms. Masters tried to tell you that on the last show, but let me help you. Do you know preaching the gospel? Do you know I don't receive a salary? Did you know that? Now, the Bible says that the man who preaches the gospel should earn his living from it, so I have a right to receive a salary. But did you know I don't receive a salary? Let me share some answers with you. Watch this.
Yeah.
My wife and I are among, if not the biggest tithers of Revelation Christian Center. So basically, I'm paying to preach the gospel. And all this stuff, and I always notice, now this is what I always know, I've noticed in all the years I've been pastoring, the people that ain't going to give nothing to the church are the ones that always questioning the money in the church. Why do you care? It ain't none of your money they're using. This is what I want to know. How come is it that every time I start pointing out this homosexual evil spirit, you, Sir Neil, R.C., Ms. Master, Mr. David,
my cousin, Sir Neil. You do know that's the cousin, right?
That's who cousin.
Sir Neil.
Well, Sir Neil said he go to the way, but how come is it that y'all come running and battling with all you got, fighting for this homosexuality? What is it about them that got y'all fighting? Now y'all go against everything that the Bible say, but when it comes to homosexuality, you're fighting for it with your life. Help me understand what your reading is on here.
So you asked the question, I like to answer if I might.
Okay.
Being a man of color, right?
A man, everybody's a man of color.
And I get that, and that's why I define mine, being black. Okay?
Okay.
All right? Having lived in America, seeing unjust laws go against my people, right? That's not called by my name, but are called by my color. Okay?
Sir, that's a perversion of the word of God. When God said, my people which are called by my name, he's talking about a spiritual connection, and there is no racial, there ain't no black man and no Bible man.
So black men all over the Bible.
Okay, well tell me what the white man that did.
All over the Bible.
Okay, well tell me where.
I love it if you ask me questions, but I'm not saying you let me answer when you ask it. Okay? All right?
Tell me where.
Are humans God's people?
No, tell me what the white man is.
Are not human beings God's people?
Okay, I understand that black people are God's people. Where the white man? You quick to tell me what the black
people do.
Okay, then so why would you just call them God's people?
Did
you say you like that old dude named Martin Luther King?
Love it. No. Don't put words in my mouth. I said love.
Okay, you love Martin Luther King. Then why is it you and a whole lot of more black people made it your life calling to rebuke and go against everything he died for? Why?
What am I rebuking that he died for?
Well, last time I checked, I hear him repeat it all the time. I have a dream that one day I'll be judged by the content of my character and not the color of my skin. But yet the first thing come out of y'all mouth is the color of your skin. So why is it that?
So you do know we still living in that day?
You still living in what?
I said you do know we're still living in that day.
On what day?
Can you listen at yourself? You just said one day, a lot of people will be called, will be judged by the color, not the color of their skin, but the content of their character.
Sir, if you didn't realize that day has already, if you haven't realized that day has already arrived, that blackness has contaminated you to the point that you are beyond the point of return. I'm a man who was a convict. I'm a man who was a dope fiend. I'm a man who was a womanizer. I'm a man who was a deadbeat dad. And when I go places now, Mark Luther, when he was the sheriff of Shelby County, before he gave me my clearance to go into the jail, he made me prove to him that I had been in prison. He is sitting at a computer with my prison number and everything, looking at my picture, and he said, I can't believe that the man I'm looking at, 115982, is the man I'm talking to right now. God is so good that even with my past that I have, because I started basing my life on the content of my character, I let people alone, people stuff alone, the police left me alone, and people don't see me as a dope fiend. People don't see me as a convict. They see me as a man of God.
So do you know what that makes you?
What?
Call a Christian.
It's funny.
When a person becomes a Christian, there should be a change in their life.
Okay, so then,
change in your life.
Well, guess what? And he didn't see the change because I was a black man. He saw the change because I was a godly man. It don't matter about your color. This is what I can't understand.
Okay.
Do y'all realize that every time you make your focus on being a black man, you leave your house and start off on a negative? When you identify yourself as the black man, are you saying that you're better than everybody else? Or are you saying that you're worse than everybody else? What are you saying? What are you saying?
Pastor Doc, that's a great question. Okay? I thought that way my entire life, the statement you just made. Now, man on this earth, I think is better than I am.
Wait a minute. If it ain't a man walking around you think better than you, how come every time I hear when they say the black man, you owe me something because I'm the black man? I'm still living off residue of slavery because I'm the black man. I can't get ahead because I'm the black man and the white man got his foot on my neck. You know, they treat me like that because I'm the black man. And then all you doing is setting yourself up starting with a negative. Anytime you start with a negative, you never go end up with a positive. That's why you can't get ahead. You're too busy focusing on being the black man. Why don't you just focus on being a man, an American?
Look here, man. You get off the nice today, man. I don't know what the case maybe. Maybe the growth of his nature kind of puts up money and stuff. And you don't know who else have been even nicer than you.
I'm motivated from the great speech that our president gave yesterday. Didn't you enjoy it?
Man, I told you, I listened to a little of that. I can't take much of Trump. You see, you want to know who has been brighter than you have today.
Did I have who?
I said, you know who has been as nice as you have today.
Well, praise the Lord.
Now listen, man.
Okay.
That's cute. I'm proud of you and stuff and everything. He ain't putting up our own
No, he ain't losing the sound effect. He just slowed down because somebody sent me that text. The sound effects ain't going nowhere now. They ain't going nowhere now.
Oh, well, he didn't use them. So that makes him be a big man today. Look at me. You've been out here nice. Let me get out here and say my cousin, Leah, and my son, RC, okay?
Yeah, okay.
Hey, y'all have a nice weekend.
901-452-3094 or 901-324-7490. Q, they ain't scared you off with the sound effect, is it? No. Okay, I'll do that. Yeah, no, the guy was just saying sometimes when they come in and said, told him off because he can't hear it and stuff. So I said, okay, we'll work with you. It's all good. Oh, I got that foot on there. Hold on. Mother Jones is sitting on. Let's see.
Message from D.D. Norris, John's mother. The black and women got their foot on their own necks.
He said the black man, black woman got their feet on their own necks. I think that'll be by truth. You know, Q, I mean, every time I ask the question, tell me exactly what is white supremacy doing to you. Anybody else? Yeah.
Nobody had else.
But they'll come out there, oh, see, we still living up the residue of slavery. See the master, the guy, when they got the Muslim guy, he talks about how the prison complex is the new plantation. He's a cop. Wait a minute, that'd be like me saying I'm a pastor, but I'm a used car salesman. No, I'm selling a used car, but that ain't how I make my living.
We had somebody on Facebook, YouTube said, why you trying to sell his car?
Oh, because I got too many?
No. Corn texted me and told me why you trying to sell his car.
Who?
Corn. Yeah.
I thought about that and my wife is right. I would be hurting Quan if I sold him that car. He can't afford that Mercedes, Q.
I know.
Because that Mercedes, when she running, man, that thing is a work of art. But when it comes time to doing it, the oil change on that thing is $100 and some dollars. But now you don't change the oil but every 10,000 miles. But you got to have somebody that can afford the maintenance. Quan's a young man, and it's a dependable car, but he can't afford it. Other guy gonna sit at the Mother Jones. Check this out.
Okay.
Message from other guy. No reparation for the Jones family.
Your Mother Jones ain't get no reparations. He ain't gonna get none either, unless he turn homosexual. But they gonna get those homosexuals some reparations. They sure are. This thing called Satanism, right? People don't realize Satan won't worship. When Jesus got through the fast, he told them, he said, I'll give you all the riches of the world if you bow down and worship me. Satan will bless you. And a lot of people think that they're doing all right because they're not giving to God, they're not worshiping God, and people doing all right, but they don't realize Satan will bless you. Well, I found this guy, he's the head of one of the satanic temples.
Okay.
He's going to explain Satanism to them, and maybe they'll realize that they've been worshiping Satan all the time, hollering about they Christians. Here it is.
The foundation of Satanism is built upon the self and carrying out the devil's word. Hail Satan. Hail Satan.
Oh! Hold on, let me start it back. That's why I got you. Let's start this back.
Self and carrying out the devil's word. Hail Satan.
Hail Satan!
Hail Satan.
Hail Satan!
Hi, my name is Zeke Apollyon, and I am the chapter head for the Satanic Temple, London and UK. Welcome. I think what attracted me most to Satanism was just, I think, how preposterous a lot of stuff that was coming from people who called themselves Christians. These people are extremists. They're religious extremists, that use Christianity to kind of further their extremism. Some of these people have blood on their hands. And so I figured if they could do horrible things in the name of Jesus, then I could do wonderful things in the name of Satan. It's so liberating. It is so liberating. I don't think I've ever
He was starting the question. I'm going to start reading the question. Then what's the best thing about Satan?
Because, part of it is looking at, ugly sides of yourself and being able to sort of reconcile that, and looking at ugly sides of humanity.
Do you drink each other's blood?
No. I don't want to catch anything, and I'm pretty sure other people don't either.
How do you become a Satanist?
People get in touch with us, and we just have a conversation. A lot of times what people want is community. A lot of people feel like outsiders, and so they come to us because they're looking for people that are accepting.
What do you say to Jehovah's Witnesses?
They do not come around anymore. They do not come around anymore. They came over one time when we were having a big ritual, and they must have seen it on my face or something, because I opened the door to come out to get something, and they were walking up the path, and I was just like, whoa! And they just turned around and left, and I haven't seen them since.
What are the biggest misconceptions about Satanists?
People who are Satanists have to live incognito. But I think in terms of misconceptions about Satanists, I think, people think that we sacrifice babies, that we are engaged in some kind of underground sex trafficking. And I mean, I've definitely met some babies that I haven't really gotten on with very well, but I've never actually killed one. There's a little girl in the window right there.
What does it mean to be a Satanist?
Satanism, it's been a philosophy or a way of life for people for a very long time. For me, Satanism is really about not letting myself off the hook.
Philosophy and way of life.
And I believe, for me, that being a Satanist is about trying to continually advocate for people, especially people who aren't able to advocate for themselves. You could definitely go much worse than to use those things as your way to kind of move forward.
Do people ask you to put them in touch with the devil?
In fact, somebody is probably right now asking us to put them in touch with the devil. People ask for riches. They ask if we can allow them access to the Illuminati.
What's the
Some of the
weirdest thing
weirdest
people ask
interactions are
for?
people who send us satanic prayers. People will sometimes ask us to pass on messages to the devil. And I'm like, we're not the devil's answering service.
Is it a sex club?
I wish.
Is there a romantic side of
Satanism is
Satanism?
a love affair with the self. Actually, I think one of the things that the Satanic Temple wants to do is actually sponsor an orgy. We do. But, we would be there as people who would fold the towels, and we would make sure that there was enough, condoms and lube, and we would, provide sex education. A lot of us are trained. Some of us are medics. And what we would do is facilitate what would be, a safe, consensual group sex practice for people, and it would benefit something.
Now notice, he said a few times there. He says Satanism is an ideology that's based on a way of life that's based on self. It's all about self. See, in order to be a Christian, you can't be selfish, you got to be selfless. But in Satanism, you can make your own rules. Just like you have people that say they believe in Christ, but they don't believe in going to church every week. Even though the Bible says, forsake not yourself to fellowship one with another. But people believe that, since Jesus came, he put us on grace and mercy. Now, in the Old Testament, God demanded that they come one day a week or they were put to death. And God demanded that they gave him his tithe day or they were put to death. But since Jesus came, I ain't got to go to church, but I sure ain't got to give nothing. But, I am a Christian. In 1 Corinthians chapter 16, it tells you on the first day of the week, come and give as God has prospered you. But, I ain't got to do that because, I in myself, I don't believe that part. Matthew 23 and 23, Jesus told them, do not forsake the tithe. But, I ain't got to do that. That's self-worship. You cannot make this Christian walk without following the instructions of the Christian book. When you do, you're doing nothing different than a Satanist. You're doing self-worship. You're worshiping God based on what you yourself will accept. Now, you don't do that for you. Oh, you let somebody tell you that they love you, and they never spend any time with you, never spend any finances on you. You don't been more believe that, but of course you expect that from God. You expect that one saved always say, I confessed I believe in Jesus Christ one day, and because the preacher told me that you ain't got no scripture that validates that, and then you can say, no matter what I do, I know I'm getting to heaven. That's real convenient for you. But what about God? And God said in the Word, this day was going to come. The people would not endure sound doctrine. There's going to be a great falling away from the church. And you're going to have people teaching people the different things of God's plan. And because people have already gotten into self-worship, they'll accept it. Because, see, as long as it fits to what I want to believe, what I think, what I feel, then God got to be cool with that. Because, He's God. I'm under grace and mercy, so I can get away with that until God allows that calamity to come. Then you pray and you wonder why God won't answer, because in Proverbs 1, he tells you, when your calamity comes, I can't hear your prayer because I'm busy laughing at you. That's what the scripture says. I was trying to find this video about the woman that said God wants you to have an abortion. Guess what I see, Q?
What's that?
They said the video is unavailable. Or I don't have permission to view it. Ain't that something? Let me see, can I find it anywhere? I don't want kids meeting it up, but let's see, can I find it? Amelia, what's her name? Amelia Bono, let's see.
Wanna go to the short commercial break real quick?
Amelia Bono talks to children about abortion. Yeah, hit me, Sheena.
Looking for affordable
Amelia
auto,
Bono
home,
kids
life, rental,
talk about
or barrier insurance? Insurance in Memphis shop multiple carriers to find the best rate for our customers. Have an issue with driving license or SR22 filing? Insurance in Memphis has a market just for you. When the other says no, Insurance in Memphis says yes. Insurance in Memphis is located at 3556 Hickory Hill Road at 901-417-8022. Call your local authorized progressive agent, Sheena. Call her mom and see, give you a free quote. And we'll be glad you did.
Okay, let's see now. I see the screenshot. We'll get it. I mean, it does not want me to play it, Q, but I'm going to get it. Hold on. Let's go ahead and play our Revelation commercial, but I'm determined to get this.
Hello to all of you that are being enlightened by the Truth Radio Show. The Truth is paid for by Revelation Christian Center, which is a small urban ministry with limited resources. In order for the Truth to stay on the air, we need sponsors and advertisers to step up or there will be no more Truth Radio Show. Revelation Christian Center is a non-profit organization, so your contributions are tax deductible. All your contributions and or your advertisements go directly to the Truth Radio Show staying on the air. Please mail your support to Revelation Christian Center, 1561 Boxwood, Memphis, Tennessee, 38108. Or you may call Pastor Andre Guy Reed at 901-315-6018. That's 901-315-6018. Remember to tell your friends around the world to download the free TuneIn radio app to listen to the show anywhere. Thank you and have a blessed day.
But the world Amelia Bono talking to children about abortion.
You know, they done really made that thing hard to get to. 901-452-3094 or 901-324-7490. This is interesting, Q. They must know that guys like me out here reporting this stuff. And they don't see some people are actually waking up.
True.
Some people are actually realizing how evil this is. I tell you what, since that one won't play, I bet they ain't thought about getting rid of this one. Let's check this one out. I got one. If that one won't play, let's use this one. This will do just as good. This is what they're teaching your children in the public schools that you're sending them to. You need to be careful and you need to be aware of what Satan is indoctrinating your children to.
I can see
Check
your
out the drag queen that your children.
You can see my beard? Oh no!
I know other guy don't like me playing this, but he don't like me playing as a homosexual.
What's your name?
Nico.
Nico? I'm Isabella. What's your name?
Kristen.
Kristen? Nice to meet you. I'm Isabella. How are you doing?
Good.
Good. Are you nervous?
Yes.
How come? Do I look scary? Do you know what I am? No? I'm a drag queen. Have you ever heard of a drag queen before? No?
What is a drag queen?
A drag queen is someone who expresses themselves creatively through performance. So dress up in wild costumes, big wigs, crazy makeup, and then get on stage and perform and entertain people.
And I know why you're speaking like that.
Like what?
Like, you look like you would speak in a different way.
Yeah.
But now you're speaking different. So now I know you're a boy.
I'm a boy? You're right. I'm a boy. I'm a boy. You didn't think I was a boy?
I've been cooking.
You thought I was a girl?
I've been
No,
cooking.
I'm a boy. How do you feel about that?
A little bit weirded out, but like a little interesting.
Interesting? It's a lot to think about.
Do you always dress up as a girl?
Not always, only when I'm performing. I usually live most of my life in jeans and a t-shirt. That's where the ball cap. I am. Good question.
Did you curl your eyelashes?
I did. I use an eyelash curler. But yeah, your previous question, I am gay. I came out of the closet when I was 21 years old.
What's coming out of the closet means?
Coming out of the closet means when you tell everybody that you're gay. It's something that gay people have to do.
Do you have to be gay to do drag?
No, anybody can do drag. Drag is for anybody and everybody who wants to put on a fun costume and get up on stage and entertain people. Everybody should try drag at least once. It's really fun.
Even kids?
Yeah, there's actually quite a few kids that are starting to do drag.
Do dogs do drag?
Do dogs do drag? I mean, they can. You can dress a dog up in a dress and take them on stage with you.
So, why did you want to get to be a drag queen?
Why did I want to be a drag queen?
Or what's your inspiration?
Great questions. I first went and saw the drag show and thought it was really fun. And so I started playing with makeup and wigs and costumes and things and then started performing and just fell in love with performing. I love being on stage. I've been a singer my entire life. Do you like to sing?
Yeah.
What do you like to sing?
I like to sing Moana.
Moana? What about you? Do you like to dance?
A little.
A little? Just a little bebopping?
You like to do this dance called the floss?
What's that?
Like this.
Oh, the backpack kid dance. Yeah, it's called the floss.
Yeah, because it looks like you're flossing your teeth.
Oh, I get it. I'm into it.
Where did you get this sword?
This dress, I had a designer make it for me.
What?
Yeah.
Is that a costume?
It is. Everything that I wear, I refer to as a costume.
Like Halloween?
It's kind of like Halloween every day. That's what I get to do for my job, is Halloween every day.
Except the candy part, there's no candy.
Sometimes there's candy.
Yeah, are your eyelashes real or fake?
Oh, they're definitely fake. I glued them onto my eye.
You know, it goes on father. Q, how you feel about them teaching your 5, 6, 7-year-old this?
No, that's not right. That's why you supposed to get your kids out of them public schools, get them into somewhere else, do something, homeschool, something, because they desensitizing them to make it seem it's normal to do it, but it's not.
And you know, every school official, including Dr. Griffin, and you know Dr. Griffin, they got her out of the school system. I talked to her though, she said that it's because she moved to a better position, but she's no longer with the Achievement School District or in the Shelby County school system. But Dr. Griffin and, Unforgetful, he called it on WDIA when they had this new guy, George Ray, on and stuff, and he asked him about teaching his homosexuality in the public school, and they don't deny that they're teaching it. But yet they want you to send your child. The school is already failing. School is already taking God out of the school. Now you're going to indoctrinate my child that homosexuality is acceptable behavior, and you think I'm going to put my child in that system? And what's crazy is, y'all start asking Dr. Ray or Stephanie Love or some of these school board officials, ask them what schools their children and their grandchildren go to. You're going to be shocked. How many of them are not in the public school system, yet they're getting paid to implement policy for the public school system. It's like that liberal that used to call in on the show. He's for the public school system because if they get the vouchers that Donald Trump is talking about, that means that child can go to the same school that his child goes to, and he's not liberal enough for that. I'm just liberal enough for you to get free stuff as long as you stay on your side. Don't you get it? God ain't got nothing to do with this. Is that 1 minute of phone call?
1 minute.
Okay, look, y'all, if we like the show, support the show, go to andreguy.com, click on Revelation Christian Center. And if you make the donation, we need to move to 2 hours. If you make the donation, I got a few people that have been donating. I thank God for you. I appreciate you so very much. And if God's touching your heart, some of y'all said that I'm your pastor on the radio. Didn't act like it. If you're not going to come in person, at least support me financially. You can also go to Lisa Revelation. If you want to do it with the cash card, you make a donation. And remember, if you're interested in a 2003 Mercedes E320, contact $2,900. Contact Andre Guy at 901-315-6018. Looks good, ride good. Just waiting on you to drive it. God bless, I love you. We'll be back in here Monday. Go to church somewhere. Come check out Revelation. Y'all be like Miss Master. You'll see. Every church ain't getting it wrong. One church I know getting it right at RCC at 1561 Boxwood. God bless and we love you.
And read y'all Bible.